Desperation. Michelle Obama throws a midterm Hail Mary with this major cable network. By Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. The Democrats are so terrified of the blue wave flop that's coming that they're dragging out the Obamas to try and save the day. What they don't realize is because of the Obamas that and the rest of them that they're not winning. That you're dragging the losers out. This is what America voted against now. And they're coming out pushing. They think that the Obamas are going to save them. They're the reasons why everybody's voting the other way. Michelle, who is far more popular than her failed former president husband, is now partnering with black cable channel BET to try and push black people out to vote in the 2018 midterms. Oh, they will, but they'll vote red, that's for sure. You'll recall that thanks to President Trump, black people have the lowest unemployment in the history of our nation. And he's the only one that actually cares about the black people because the Democrats certainly don't. They had enough time to show that they could help. They didn't do anything. Let's move on, though. Breitbart, former First Lady Michelle Obama is joining forces with Black Entertainment Television to urge women of color to vote in the 2018 midterm elections. Michelle has a special message from hashtag Black Girls Rock for women of color. Help your sisters, children, and congregations get registered and ready to vote. Do so with When We All Vote at We All Vote Register. When We All Vote, hashtag BET Impact. Yeah, they're going to vote red. They're sick and tired of your garbage.
Hi, everybody. I want to talk to you about an issue I care deeply about, and that's the power and importance of casting our votes and making our voices heard. Now, this is something that my parents taught me from a young age. We've all seen the difference we can make when we choose to cast our ballots, and we've seen the consequences when we don't bother to show up to the polls. That's why I'm hoping to start a conversation all across the country about this most basic American responsibility. And it's why I'm coming to you for help. Because women of color know how to get things done for our families, our communities, and our country. When we use our voices, people listen. When we lead, people follow. And when we do it together, there's just no telling what we can accomplish. So I hope you'll join me by visiting whenweallvote.org and making sure that our sisters, our children, our congregations, and our neighbors are registered to vote.
Well, we've all seen the difference we can make when we choose to cast our ballots, and we've seen the consequences. Yeah, we saw the consequences, all right, when you got into office. Yeah, and disgraced the whole nation. As Breitbart News, Jerome Hudson reported Michelle teamed up with various Hollywood stars. Oh, you mean Hollyweird stars to launch When We All Vote? Country music singer Tim McGraw along with NBA star Chris Paul are among the group's co-chairs. Well, voting is the only way to ensure that our values and priorities are represented in the halls of power, Michelle Obama said. Yep, we'll remember that. In a statement upon launching the star-studded voter registration drive. And it's not enough to just vote for president every 4 years. We all have to vote in every single election for mayor, governor, school board, state legislature, and Congress. Yes, thank you for reminding us, Michelle. Yes, we will. The leaders we elect to these offices help determine just about every aspect of our lives and our democracy, as if they care about anything. So the future of our families and our communities and our country belong to those of us who show up, cast our votes, and make our voices heard. The organization is scheduled to hold live events to celebrate a week of action, events in Houston, Texas, and Boise, Idaho on September 22nd. Former President Barack Obama returned to the campaign trail last week with a pair of speeches in supported Democrats ahead of the November elections, addressing students at the University of Illinois. Yeah, we heard how that turned out. And Obama criticized President Donald Trump's leadership, warning the consequences. The consequences of Republicans winning in November are more dire than ever. We are Americans. We're supposed to stand up to bullies. We've seen who the bullies are, Obama. You can't fool the people anymore. Now follow them, Obama said. We're supposed to stand up to discrimination, and we're sure as heck supposed to stand up clearly and unequivocally to Nazi sympathizers. What a crock. Nobody's buying your bull crap, Obama. That's a lot of baloney that you're spewing here. They're trying to take us back to God knows how long, how many decades back. This is not the America. You wouldn't have gotten into office if there were a lot of Nazi sympathizers. Come on now. None of this conservative. None of this is conservative, he added. It's not conservative. It sure isn't normal. It's radical. So explain to me, if everybody is radical, how did you win the election, Obama? Come on now. Nobody's buying you or your supposed wife's rhetoric and bullcrap. Let's be real. Is this the same clip that we just saw?
Call Lin-Manuel Miranda.
No.
Michelle?
Hey, Lynn, are you registered to vote?
Of course. I am not throwing away my opportunity to make my voice heard this November.
If we really want our voices to be heard, we need to vote in every election, not just for president, but for every office, school board, state house, senate, all of them.
Oh, and we will, Michelle. We will not forget to vote. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we will not forget to vote because we don't want another person such as yourself who disrespects our country and the White House and the flag and everything else that this country was built upon. We will make sure to vote so none of you guys get into the office again to spew your bull crap that the people have suffered through for 8 long years. But yet your thugs, when you guys lost, you have your thugs out on the street. We didn't have thugs on the street. After you guys, the thugs came out in full force. So enough is enough, Michelle. You and your husband better go, if you don't wind up in Gitmo, you know, your husband meaning, you better go on a nice vacation and go hang out with your rock stars. And let's see how much they're going to like you after the red tsunami is coming. Because your blue puddle ain't going anywhere. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.